Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, Kyle.
You're a calm sleeper, I see.
Yes.
We should get started.
Yep. What else? Alright, I got out of the car and was like, I'm gonna walk outside. And then saw the family there and was like,
I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna stay in the car. Because if I were in a neighborhood, I'd much rather have a stranger in the car than I would a stranger on the street.
That's true. Good
Right?
point.
Good
Every
point.
circumstance, that is a better
deal.
That is a better deal.
Welcome to
Two Trees. If you drive a car, then you better wear a license plate.
If you're rowing a boat, you're not gonna sponge your cat.
If you're gonna fly to the moon, then you better make sure you have no dairy.
If you're sipping your tea, then you have it in the bush.
We're really glad that you're here with us this morning.
Nailed it.
So Doug and I have been talking about creating our own screenplay.
Yeah, this one's called, it's entitled The Farmer's Cross.
Tagline, the hay stops here.
What's a hay? Opening shot.
And just in a patent.
Swoop in from a barn owl's perspective. And it comes to roost on the rafters. And it looks down. And there is a man. He's got a straw hat. He speaks with a whistle. And he's raking the floor.
We get this idea that he's a very kind of a lonely man.
Right.
He's definitely been through some tough stuff.
Who are you thinking of casting for that?
I was thinking either Anthony Hopkins or maybe like Hayden
Right.
Christensen.
One or the other.
Similar
a lot
types.
of the same qualities. I really look at Hayden Christensen and say Anthony Hopkins. Hayden Christensen, Anthony Hopkins, Hayden Christensen.
We don't want to like associate those two.
No,
together.
no.
Anthony Hopkins, Hayden Christensen.
No.
It's a montage.
At the very beginning, you get this
Establishing
sort
the
of.
exposition.
It's taken through the war period, World War I and World War II.
Like you don't see any.
Right.
It's just
you don't
on
see
the farm.
any of that.
And it's an owl, so like the film will like you'll see this and you go.
Yeah.
Or, like look at like a squirrel for a little bit.
1 minute you're talking about events like World War I. Next minute, you're watching very closely as a shrew pokes his head out. Because we feed on that.
So there's 20 minutes of exposition. It's about a 90-minute film.
We're building towards the inquiry of the audience.
Yeah. So after the exposition, he's greeted by a visitor.
It's a woman. She's wearing a bowler cap and a cape. Strolls in strumming a banjo. Ding, 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 ding.
We had a couple different ideas on this one.
Definitely, we're thinking like an Anne Hathaway or kind of Shirley Temple. No, she's dead.
Like maybe with that
somebody
same
like her.
look. I picture like Kate Blanchett and like
Oprah.
one
of those two.
She walks in, and farmer's work, and he looks up.
It goes the man's eyes, right? Just this part of the vision. Then Oprah / Kate Blanchett eyes. Then owl eyes. And then a hoot. A scene in which these two characters have to survive together in the woods.
So the barn catches on fire.
Right.
Farmer's got nothing.
Owl's got nothing.
The Kate Blanchett Oprah crossover character.
To Hayden Christensen or Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins says, "Hey, listen, I think that you have a lot of potential. That your life isn't over yet. I think that we need to go into the forests, the nearby wooded areas to find yourself again."
He's 72 years old at this time.
Yeah.
But it's never too late to start again.
And that's kind of like the moral of the story.
And we don't want to reveal anything more.
But just know that the hay stops here.
Yep.
The Nubs tree?
Yeah, the nubby tree. You might be able to see that. That got a hack in.
Just give up.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah,
You meet new people.
I do.
Yeah. What? Did you meet anybody in the last week?
You know, there was this guy. Never met him before.
Mm-hmm.
But he was totally like passive aggressive with me.
Oh, you're reading fiction. That's edifying. Man, sounds like a regular passive aggressive Paul.
Yeah, it was unreal. How about you? Have you
Last week
ran into anybody?
This was weird.
Okay.
Weird.
Spill it.
Just in the supermarket. So I was just, getting Lucky Charms. And this guy, he just came up to me and started pointing out all these flaws.
Hey, do you use teeth whitener? Because you should.
Really?
Yeah.
You smell like a rabbit.
Like all these flaws that he perceived. And he came up and just, basically started insulting me.
Your natural speaking voice resembles Mickey Mouse. Nose kind of looks like a wolf nose. If this is what you're going for, you're not close.
That's a regular flaw finder, Fred.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Weird.
Oh, get this.
Yeah.
I was just minding my own business, just walking down, our street. I went past this guy. I'm like,
Morning.
Just
and
a
it's just
regular statement.
And he comes back with this,
The species just went extinct in this last second. How do you feel now?
just this incredibly morbid response,
What?
and he just kept saying things
I spent 4 hours in a graveyard yesterday.
like they were just super depressing.
Do you know that once you get one cavity, you're 15 times more likely to get another?
Super morbid.
Do you know that the firebombing of Dresden killed over 119,000 people?
It's like,
He sounds like a regular morbid Morgan.
yeah, it was unreal. People you meet these days.
Yeah, it's odd.
Hey! Nice parking job. God, be pleasant for once, pal. Can you say anything positive? I had my 4th grade basketball coach tell me that once. He said, I don't want to hear one more negative comment out of you for the rest of the game. Probably gonna lose.
So here at Two Trees, we like to have special guests,
We
special
do.
visitors, experts come and talk about their fields of study.
Because what do we know?
We don't know anything. I have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
We have a BA, say, in film or communication. It stands for you are bad at communication.
Bad at science. Bad at culinary school.
Which is why we have a special guest here who is, I believe he's creating his own degree. Oh, he's at the door. You get that? Let's give it up! Mr. Fickelstein! Really glad that you are here, Mr. Fickelstein. Yeah, sure, why not? Well, first of all, where are you from? What's tell us just a little bit about yourself. A snapshot of who Mr. Fickelstein is.
Take a picture
Just a picture.
of my
Image.
life. Utah, Salt Flats, Nevada, casino. All right there in the same photo. Some things in frame, some things off frame. And that's
All right. Well,
Yeah.
great. Thank you. So why don't you tell us about this degree that you've created?
well, it's called SMD. The SMD.
SMD. Okay, so what does that stand for?
Something missing degree.
Something missing degree.
Something
Okay.
missing degree. Coming from the casino and Utah and Nevada, there's something missing. After I'd completed iotas and eons of education, I was a young man, about 45, and I just knew that after studying the mating patterns of ants on the salt flats of Utah and how it affected casino growth in Nevada for years upon end, just something was missing.
Yeah.
I was recognized for my work. I wrote 4 books. Well, publishers never got back to me. So
Okay.
I moved to Chicago. My house was I was staying at the Baltimore hotel there. I happened upon an orphanage. I walked in the door and I said hello to the landlady.
Yeah.
A woman named Martha.
Martha. Wait, Martha.
Yeah, Martha.
We have a Martha that works here.
Martha.
Yeah, she's awful. She's on vacation.
Oh,
Thank God. So anyway, you walk into the abandoned orphanage.
no adults to mentor these young minds, mold these young minds. And so I knew that I could put them on the track that would bring them assured success and posterity, but there would be something missing.
Yeah.
There would be something missing. So I invented a new school, starting with first the primary school, and then secondary school, tertiary school, quadruple literacy school, quintuple literacy school, sextuple literacy school, graduating into the something's missing degree. Now in stage 1, we have the basics course,
Okay.
It's called Accept What I Do, no matter what you might think about it. To culture them into a spirit of direct obedience.
Okay.
And that way they will never think or have the thought occur to them that something's missing. That first stage, you'd have a lot of combing my cat, sanded the bed frames.
Going right into, you're in your last year. Like, what is...
Oh, yes. So, by your last year, you've graduated into performing more particular tasks of my own choosing. I have a particular predilection, if you will, to a small variety of cricket.
Crickets, okay.
Crickets only found on the lower part of the Congo River in Central Africa.
Huh.
I've sent several students on an expedition to retrieve it for me.
Where do you see these graduating students going into the workforce for?
Well, yes, our first graduate, a very successful young man, he has a purpose and he performs it precisely.
Okay.
We found that at the conclusion of his 18 years in the program, that, well, the electricity costs were a little high, so in the meantime, I formed a giant wheel in the basement and it was connected with this large belt, and he graduated into a running degree. There was a something missing degree. So to this day, he's at the bottom of the building, pumping his guns and powering the entire building 24 hours a day. An amazing young lad.
That's incredible.
You realize he generates 42.5 kilowatts per day?
That's unreal. That's incredible.
And no food.
Well, that sounds like a really worthwhile.
A pursuit. He doesn't have a thing missing.
Which is the goal. Like, so you're saying the vision statement of having an SMD degree would be.
Oh yes, to serve me in to find your true calling in whatever place fits you best.
Oh wow.
Yes, is the vision statement. Yes.
Well, Mr. Finkelstein, thank you so much
Yeah,
for coming on the show.
thank
You
you.
get a bunch of
Can't keep the tea.
No, just put that down.
Oh,
We're
alright.
gonna power wash that later.
Say hi to Martha for me.
That was insightful.
Mr. Finkelstein's an amazing man.
He's got that's.
Quite a kick for somebody that's 92.
You might want to go easy on drinking that.
Hmm?
You might want to go easy on drinking from that. But
Like drink from it easily?
yeah, sure.
Well, this is Doug and Kyle. We're signing off for this episode of Two Trees Video Podcast, where if you can't cinch your pants, you'll never fold your sheets.
If you can't open a door, then you might as well never walk through it.
Yep. If you're going to tap the floor, you must also skin a tomato.
If you're going to clean the window, then you might as well just sit.
And if you want a bird's beak, then you better have a tiger's tail.
Thank you very much.
My tea's stale.
So cold.
It's cold.
So gross.
What we do for our...
Oh,